Hello and welcome to piano. I'm so excited today because we are learning all about something called parallel sixths. So I can't wait to dive in. Before we get started, if you don't mind liking and commenting on this video, let me know what you think about today's lesson. The next thing, of course, is don't forget to subscribe, right? A lot of my students ask where the videos are and how they can find them. The easiest thing you can do is subscribe so that way you know exactly when those new videos are popping up, okay? Next, don't forget to join Discord. Discord is our piano learning community. That's where you can post videos of yourself playing your songs. If you have questions or need any help, I am on there to help you learn your songs, okay? I can't wait to see you there. And then last but definitely not least, Patreon, of course, is where I am able to have my income, right? So if you're seeing this video today, you are part of the reason why I am successful on YouTube, okay? You've made that monthly commitment to me to keep my lessons coming for you. So thank you so much for being a patron. All right, well, let's dive in, okay? We have our lesson book, right? Last lesson we learned the song Knick Knack Paddywhack. So let's go ahead and turn to page 15, okay? And on page 15 you can see our song right there, okay? We have this song being played twice, okay? It looks like a 2-line song, but it's actually a 4-line song. So let's dive in. And remember, the second time through, we are going to be doing octave higher for the right hand, okay? Let's get started. I'll switch to piano view. All right. There we go. All right. We have our awesome Knick Knack Paddywhack. We're going to be in G position with our pinky finger 5 left hand on our G below middle C. And our right hand is going to be in regular G position. Now, if you remember, our finger 4 is actually going to be on that D because we're going to be playing the intervals of a sixth. All right, let's see how it goes. I'm going to count off. 1, 2, ready, play. Repeat. And there you have it. There's Knick Knack Paddywhack. Great job. How do you feel about playing that song? Did you make your way up the octave for the right hand just in time? I hope you did, and I know it probably sounds pretty great. So congratulations. Let's get some new music today. Like I said at the beginning, our song here today is really, really great because we're learning about something called parallel sixths. Okay, you know all about the interval of a sixth, but what's cool about parallel sixths is that it's going to be opening up the keys a little bit further than what you're used to playing, okay? You see on page 16 at the top, it says moving up and down the keyboard in sixths, okay? There's a practice line, the treble clef line, where we are going to put our right hand in position for a sixth, but then we're going to move up and down, okay? Let's switch to piano view and play that practice line so you can see what it's supposed to feel like. All right. Okay, so it says begin with your right hand finger 1 on middle C. Now you guys know that middle C is super important. If we're going to be playing a sixth, our pinky finger 5 is going to stretch up to that A, okay? All right, so beginning here, we have a sixth with C and A. Then we're going to move both fingers up, thumb on D, pinky on B. And then we're going to keep going with this motion. All right, E and C, then up to F and D. Up one more to G and E. Now we're going to turn around and go back down to F and D. Down another step to E and C. Down to D and B. And we're going to end on the sixth that we began on, C and A. Okay, let's play that line once more, okay? Right hand line. This is our practice parallel sixth. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Back down. Good. Down another. Yes, down another. And ending on the first one. Very good. Now you'll notice something really interesting here. Now, if you noticed on the piano view, when I was moving up in parallel, I used something called muscle memory. Okay, I kept my fingers open to that feeling of the sixth I started with, and I didn't really move them. All I did was move my wrist up to the next sixth and use the fingers in muscle memory at the same open distance each and every time, okay? Muscle memory is going to be really important here. So you feel what those sixths feel like, and you don't have to shift that feeling as you're moving up and down, okay? Now let's try this with the left hand, okay? Now our left hand line says we're going to begin with a left hand finger 1 on middle C, okay? Kind of like where we start for butterfly position. And then we're going to stretch our pinky down to an E to make a sixth, okay? Let's try it. All right, so looking there at the beginning, this is the second bass clef line, the practice line, at the top of 16. We're starting with that finger 1, thumb on our middle C, and stretching our pinky down to our bass clef E. Remember, we're going to be using that muscle memory, okay? Let's start. E and C, down to D and B, down to C and A, down to B and G, down one more to A and F. Now we're going back up to B and G, up to C and A, up to D and B, and ending on the very first interval, E and C. Very nice. Let's do that line one more time, okay? I'm not going to say the note names this time, so let's just watch that muscle memory. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Down one more. Up now. Very good. Here we go. And the final interval. There it is. Excellent work on that practice line. You all are going to get this, so I'm very excited. Now, Lone Star Waltz is our new song, okay? With this song, we have a waltz, so you know that a waltz is a dance. It's in 3/4 time, so we have 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note still gets the beat. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That third beat is what's going to be driving that amazing waltz here, okay? Now the picture's really funny. A cow and a cowboy doing a waltz? That's too funny. I can't even imagine that. So looking here at the beginning, we have some interesting things to note. Mezzo piano is our new dynamic sign. That means moderately soft or like a medium soft, okay? It's not quite piano, which is very soft, and it's not a mezzo forte. It's sort of in between those two, okay? Our left hand is beginning with a fifth, C and G. Then we stretch our pinky down to a B and G. B and G again. And then the final measure of line 1, we have a C, E, G. Then line 2, we've got a fifth, C and G. Then we've got a B and G. B and G again. And then the final measure of line 2, C up to a third, E and G. Okay, very nice. I'm going to play through the right hand line of these first 2 lines. Let me switch to piano view. There it is. Very nice, very nice. So our right hand is beginning with a finger 1 on middle C. The second note says it's going to be a finger 2, but look, it's not going to be on D. It's going to be on E. It creates the interval of a third. That way our pinky can reach up to the A. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. C, E, A, G, D, F, A, G, D, F, A, G, stretch down to C, 2, 3, line 2, C, E, A, G, D, F, Now, you've probably noticed that the rhythm's got eighth notes and quarter notes. So it's important to keep those eighth notes quick, right? 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That rhythm's very important because if it's not quite right, then it changes it from a waltz to something else. We've got to keep it nice and steady as a waltz because it's a dance. You always imagine dancers doing a dance, right? Well, if the counting gets off, well, then they start stepping on each other's toes. That's not good. Let's go ahead and play the first 2 lines. I'm going to play it hands together so you can see how it's supposed to sound. I've got my left hand there in our C position, ready to go. There's my 1 and 2 on C and E in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Excellent work. Yeah, so that's the first 2 lines of Lone Star Waltz, okay? Now, as we move into page 2, this is where our parallel 6 come, okay? Those parallel 6 are quite fun to play, but we got to make sure we start in the right spot. So let's do that together. Let's figure that out. Where did my pencil go? Oh, there it is. I'm going to go get it. There's my pencil. Okay, so with this, on the second page, let's figure out our notes in the right hand, okay? In the treble staff, I see that the bottom note in this very first sixth is on that curly Q line, the cinnamon roll line of the treble clef. That's my G line, if you can remember, okay? So I'm going to write a G under there. And then we can figure out what the note on top is by putting our finger 1 thumb on that G and stretching up a sixth. Well, I see that my top note is going to be an E, so I get a sixth. Very nice. Now that we found the right hand position, these next 2 lines, I'm going to switch to piano view and we're going to play the right hand, okay? Here we go. All right, find your spot. We've got that finger 1 thumb on our G, and our pinky, finger 5, is up here on the E to make a 6th. Here we go. Parallel 6, just like your warm-up. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. 6, down to F and D, E and C, D and B. Hold, D and B again, up to E and C, F and D, back down to E and C. Hold. Now we're going to go back up to G and E, down to F and D, E and C, D and B. Hold, D and B again, up to E and C, F and D, and back down to E and C. Hold. All right. How did you do on that section? It's tricky. Make sure, build yourself a nice taco or a cupcake on these 2 lines here so you can feel comfortable with those parallel 6, okay? Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down, sometimes they do a combination. So be aware of what's going on the staff, okay? To help, I like to look only at the bottom note of each 6th so I can see the pattern, okay? In order for me to really understand the direction that it's going, if I know that the interval doesn't change, I look at that bottom note, okay? That's a good tip. Now let's look at the left hand of these first 2 lines on page 2, okay? The left hand is pretty self-explanatory. Take a look. We've got a rest for the whole first measure, and then a quarter rest. Then I see a harmonic second. That's not so bad. And it's staccato. Then we have another measure of rest, and then a harmonic third. And if I look very carefully at that second line of page 17, it's the same for the left hand in the second line. Let me switch to piano view and I'll play it real quick for you. Here we go. All right, so starting there, we're still going to be in that C position. So I see a G and an F. G is finger 1 and F is finger 2. So let's count off. We'll give it a try. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. That wasn't too bad, was it? Yeah, you got those harmonic intervals. It's so nice when we know what those harmonic intervals look like. It doesn't make it so hard. All right, so let's play these 2 lines here at the top of 17, hands together, okay? Let's switch to piano view. Find that G for your right hand. Finger 1 there. Stretch my pinky up to the 6th on E. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. And there it is. There's those 2 lines. Nice job. All right, so as we're looking here, the next 2 lines on this page, they switch. It's like a flip-flop. Left hand is now going to be doing those parallel 6ths. Now, if you remember the left hand practice line we did when it had finger 1 thumb, left hand on middle C, we're starting with that exact same interval, okay? Finger 1 thumb on our middle C and stretching our pinky down to E, okay? Now, typically I would take this section and I would do each hand separately, right? But since we know that the pattern is very predictable, we can actually do it hands together this first time through. I'll just take it a little bit more slowly, okay? Let's take a look. All right, so looking there, like I said, finger one thumb is on that middle C. We've stretched our pinky down to the E in the bass clef. That makes our sixth. Now our right hand is also going to be playing that F and G, but because it sort of crowds our fingers there, they've actually used fingers 3 on F and 4 on G, so it's not so crowded. All right, so let's give this a try. Our left hand will begin with those 6 going down, and our right hand will handle those harmonic intervals, seconds and thirds. Let me count off. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. E and C, down to D and B, C and A, B and G, right hand second, B and G again, up to C and A, D and B, E and C. Now we've got a third. Start with that E and C again, down to D and B, C and A, B and G, right hand second. Then B and G again, C and A, D and B, E and C, third. And there's that part of that song, okay? Those last 2 lines of the second page. How did you feel about playing that page? Did you enjoy those parallel 6? I actually find them quite fun. It's like I almost don't have to think about how wide I have my fingers because it stays the whole time, right? You just move up and move back down. Same thing with the left hand. Now it's kind of cool to have some staccatos dotted in there too, because it changes the feel of the song a little bit. If you notice, the first part of Lone Star Waltz had lots of slurs and pedal, but this page is totally different. Now what's cool about this song is we have a da capo al fine. Now if you remember da capo al fine, that particular sign means we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to play the song until we see the word fine, which means end in Italian. Well, we're lucky because if we look very carefully at the beginning of our song, Lone Star Waltz, the fine is at the end of the second line. So that's pretty good. It's kind of like this middle page here. The second page is sandwiched between the beginning and then the beginning again, right? Now, they did add something extra, of course, for the second time through. Both hands are going to be an octave higher the second time you do it, okay? So after you do the da capo, you go back to the beginning. Play everything you see 1 octave higher, okay? Yes. So this is a great song we've learned today. I'm going to take some time now to play the whole thing for you, all the way through with the da capo, so you know what it sounds like. All right, let's give it a try. Follow along in your music as I play Lone Star Waltz. All right, I found my spot, and I'll count off. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. And there you have it, Lone Star Waltz. Really fun song to play for sure. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Get some practice time in on those parallel 6, okay? If you've got trouble with that muscle memory, it's important to connect on Discord so I can help you work through that, okay? All right, very good. Well, write that in your assignment notebook, okay? I want you to open your technique book now, okay? Your technique book, we're going to turn to page 10, and we are going to be working on group 5, A, gliding in 6, and B, waltzing in 6. These two exercises go hand in hand with Lone Star Waltz, so that way you can really take those parallel 6 to the next level, okay? So let me play through both of these technical exercises so you can hear them, okay? Here we go. This will be gliding in 6. Now the starting position is actually going to be both thumbs on middle C, but we're going to stretch our pinkies out 6, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. So that was gliding in 6, okay? Now moving on to B, we have waltzing in 6, okay? This one sounds a lot like Lone Star Waltz. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Repeat. Left hand. Very nice. Okay. So there are your exercises for this week, okay? Work on those too, because it's just going to make Lone Star Waltz that much better. All right, so you do have some homework this week. Go ahead and pull out your theory book. I want you to turn to page 11. Okay, page 11, we have a whole section here moving up and down the keyboard in 6. What do you know? It's parallel 6 homework. That will be your only page of homework for this week, okay? So get that homework done too. It's important to recognize what 6 look like as well as what they sound like, okay? Very nice. All right, so we are doing great with these lovely assignments in our level 2, okay? I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I had a great time giving it. So make sure to comment and let me know what you thought, okay? And we got to end our lesson with a music quote, right? We do. So today's music quote comes from the English musician, composer, and author, Tom Fletcher. And this is what he says. Music is a magic like no other, which can do incredible, unexplainable things. Okay, so I totally agree, right? Music is one of those tools of communication that just opens your mind to so many extraordinary things. I like the way Mr. Fletcher explains it too. Incredible, unexplainable. It's pretty awesome. I hope you enjoyed that quote, and I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Now, get to practicing, okay? And I'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.